I mean, yeah, I was like, okay, Primal Beast, Crystal Maiden, like clearly this is prime Marana territory, but they want to secure the Slark first, which is surprising to me because Slark doesn't actually hold lane all too well against Broodmother, not even before she gets her 6. Like trading with the Broodmother is a tough job, and a Slark usually does not come out ahead in that particular one.
Yeah, he doesn't come
And
out
there's
ahead.
wait. Lena's second phase? I thought she was banned. I didn't even look.
No, she wasn't.
Harry, what's happening?
I don't. You know what? I'm not this taken aback by this because in Eastern Europe, which is the region I've been casting the most for from the start of the year, Lena wasn't all that popular. So I'm. This is not too weird to me, you know, but overall it is weird. And this is a weird pick. Lion. I haven't seen
Yeah,
Lion for a very long time, but it is a hero that the Slark doesn't like playing against.
yeah, absolutely. And Lion is so good versus lineups with a solo initiator. It's much like a Bane, right? Like one of them goes in, you just stop him off immediately. In the case of Lion, you blow him up. In the case of Bane, you just stop him and see if anybody wants to come and help. No? Okay. That's fine by me. And then Rubik. So Alina, no leveling that LSA, take stats instead.
Yep. I mean, oh no, the carry must feel super sad about it. I wanted to come back to
Mhm.
the Slark versus Brood. I've seen a lot of people actually go for Slark versus Brood, or they
Yep,
take like a Naga. I feel like they're
Naga
thinking.
does much better.
She definitely does, but Silk and Bola it seems like to be the problem for carry players. So they want to
Mm.
have something to remove it. I guess that's why the Slark is the go-to sometimes. Though this game, I don't think he's gonna have a very nice time. Slark was good in the meta because we didn't have these instant initiators. Now with the Lion, I'm already kind of scared for him, and you have a Clockwork to give you vision. So I'm not sure the Slark is gonna have the nicest time.
Exactly, and there's going to be spiders stalking him. Once
Yeah.
this lion gets a blink, he really needs to be careful. I mean, I guess you also have an instant answer with the Rubik, but the answer does not feel great. Your Crystal Maiden is very vulnerable to the clockwork. Your Primal Beast, a lot of animations don't go off if the clockwork is on top of you.
I'm looking at the Neon lineup and like every one of their heroes like can deal with one hero on the side of EHOME, but as a lineup in general, I mean, Brood slaughters the Crystal Maiden and the Rubik. Sure, the Primal Beast can
Mm-hmm.
deal with you, but he destroys you. Clockwork is pretty much a vision for all of these guys. Lena, if she pops the BKB, stands her ground, she beats up every single one of them. And Lion initiating on the Slark is a very big problem. So I'm scared for Neon. I don't think they have the edge right now. They do have the last pick though, so
Mm-hmm.
it could change things.
Get something really devastating in. You know, my instincts would be towards some more like I don't even want to say more a backline jump because you do have the Primal Beast, but something to support that or to follow that up. You'd think that a Hoodwink or something like that.
Hmm.
But they don't have any space in their support cast anymore. So um, maybe would be looking towards a Snapfire instead. But that doesn't feel like a gotcha last pick, you know? Like, oh man, we saved the last pick in the draft so we could get core Snapfire. It,
Yeah.
eh,
That doesn't look ideal, especially not against the
no.
Clockwork. You know, your ulti might not be as
Yeah.
powerful. Could it be a mid primal beast? Is there space for that?
It really depends on what comes out here last, right? And that's going to be Tusk.
Instant
I think
pick.
it's and a Magnus. Okay. Well, they have two lanes that deal really well with the Broodmother now, or two cores. You can rotate either the Primal Beast or the Magnus into that lane and get a lot of farm out of it, maybe even stop her off at the first tower. I'd be the most fan of putting the mag there, just because if you shove the primal beast into that lane, like your primary initiator is going to be stuck on the brood lane, and it's one of those mistakes that teams make a lot. Or their game grinds to a halt because the one hero that can make the game go for them is also the one hero that they put as far away from the action as possible.
Yeah.
So it's
Not
gonna
not
have to be the mag, in my opinion.
not ideal. Andrew is has been known for his Magnus performances. Do you think Magnus in this lineup is enough to kind of equalize it, or are you still leaning Ehome here?
I I'm enjoying this mag pick here. I was thinking about more team fight control as well, or like another round of follow up on a primal beast going in, and a mag would definitely do that. You know, primal beast gets reactions, mag jumps on top. Um, but eHome, as long as the Lina and the Lion don't stand on top of each other, it's still going to be really hard to get enough out of that RP, I think.
And that's how it feels for me as well. As well, also during daytime, you don't have the bonus vision for the Magnus to get the initiation, and I'm thinking like even during nighttime you still have on the other side, you still have a clockwork,
Hmm.
you still have the broodlings, even though they only give 300 vision, it is still a solid amount. So I'm still definitely here in favor of eHome's draft. I'm not sure what Neon are trying to do with this one. I can see them snowballing, but that's like the only thing. If they don't snowball, because every single one of their heroes, even the Slark with the Magnus, if they're not running towards the enemies and playing defensively, I'd be very scared.
Yep. Yeah, everything hinges on this primal beast having a good game, right? And not just like a good game, but a great game in this case, I think.
Yeah, that is true. I would agree with that 100% because it's not gonna be easy. He does have good supports to play with him, CM and the Rubik. So we'll see if it does help.
Hmm.
Knight, he is being a bit aggressive here, though Fortune Soul sees everything. This Lark vision is actually insane.
That's so nice. And he's making full use of it. No side swipe into the Radiant Tower here. No aggressive vision being put down from the Dire, so they're backing off. And they're already under a Radiant Ward here as well.
Yeah, it's looking pretty slow here at the start, though. We'll see if Neon do want to utilize this early vision that they have with the Slark going forward, taking a few stacks from the Clockwork. You don't want to be standing your ground against the Slark, and they won't. It's gonna be a 2-for-2. Interesting enough, eHome they pick up the two high ground runes, whereas oh, actually no, eHome only picked up one. It is gonna be NU that was a little bit quicker on the click there next to the Lina. Very weird that MKS does not skill up a light strike array to secure that rune. I mean, what else are you gonna get
Yeah,
in the lane level 1?
I don't know, especially because the Dragon Slave usually is not favored for taking the last hits with, just because it leaves you completely defenseless.
That is true. So W will go forward a bit. MKS is still contemplating what he should get here. Bottom lane, we are gonna be seeing aggression right off the bat. Of course, Crystal Maiden. We know how aggressive this hero can be. Is bottom lane the first one where we're gonna be seeing a lot of action?
I think so, yeah. Like, this is two supports with stuns, two cores that really want to trade. Of course, we're going to see a bit of in, out, in, depending on like the insatiable hunger state. And depending on the stacks of the Essence Shift. This is actually a pretty cool one to watch because both of the cores in this lane are going to be watching that specific, and I don't want to call it cooldown necessarily, but you know, there is sort of a cooldown on the Essence Shift, as in the cooldown of your stacks timing out.
Yep,
So
yep.
this is almost like a wave rolling back and forth.
For sure, for sure. But we see that eHome have pulled the lane back, so it seems like the Slark and the CM cannot utilize their level 2. So we're gonna take our time to look at the mid lane a little bit. Primal Beast and the Tusk. We don't see the matchup too often, but we see it from time to time. Any favorites?
My favorite is usually the Tusk in any melee versus melee matchup. Like, the Primal Beast shouldn't be able to die necessarily, but he's got a tough time ahead of him. So Tusk can actually clear the wave without necessarily going for a scrap. And with the trample, the Primal Beast will always have to be in the wave in order to do that.
We'll see if Ken can equalize that. So far, so good. It's going well for him. Nice usage of the shards there, not to allow him to pull these creeps to the wave. He wanted them into the tower. In the end, it is gonna happen, but Ken is still gonna be farming quite well. A slow start for now. We don't have any kills. We only have a little bit of aggression here and there in the lanes. Rubik and Magnus. I've seen this lane play out so many times, and usually we do see those skewer backs. Are they gonna be able to do it against the Clockwork?
Clockwork is such a spoil sport, man. Like, you're never
Yeah.
going to get it off on him, and I have no doubt that the LWW is just going to be on top of his core to make sure that he prevents any of that. Look at how close to the lane he's playing right now. Like, of course, he's going to get hit by the Rubik every single time he's here, but it doesn't matter because as much as he can, he needs to be there to avoid that exact scenario happening.
Doesn't matter. He's still quite healthy. 7 sticks. He has the
Mm-hmm.
he has the healing salve as well. And on the Lina, we saw that she started with the magic wand. I mean, a lot of spamming coming out from both the Rubik and the Magnus. Magnus working towards the arcane boost. That's gonna make it even more. So they will sustain themselves that way. 3 mangoes on the Lina, and she's gonna be bringing out that fabled blades of attack that we talked about last time. Right now in the courier.
You must be so happy.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I like it when they start with it against melee heroes, though mostly that was during
I see.
the mid lane era. Now in the safe lane, it might not be as much of a buff, but it does help you CS.
Yeah, I do actually have a question for you. Do you think that mid lane Lina should be going for the same carry buildup, or is there still space for nuking Lina?
Oh man, I don't even know. I haven't seen mid lane Lina's work a lot, though I don't know if that's because of the hero itself or because of the other heroes that are being played. So I'm not sure.
Are they going the wrong build?
Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe
Should
they
be
are.
going. Because that is my theory, that mid lane Linas are going the carry build even though they have a different role and they should still be going nuke.
Yeah, probably. Probably could be the case. I haven't played and I haven't talked to any mid laners about it, so I don't have a developed opinion, but I think it can be. I think it can be utilized for sure. Mid lane, we are going to be seeing the trample being used. Kendo not going to be able to do anything tonight. Nice snowball there. This is why the Tusk is so good in this matchup, I guess, because whenever you go forward with the Primal Beast, you're going to get stopped by the snowball, and there's absolutely nothing that you can do.
No, you just stand around throwing your tantrum and the Tusk is going to slap you afterwards anyway. It's no wonder that Bristleback lost to this guy.
CM dropping low. Hayden is gonna live though. Zhao Yu would have needed one more hit, but not inside of the tower. And now he's gonna be going down. Yep. A lot of stacks. You don't go for the Slark. It pretty much works like an Ursa. If you go for its support, you need to get it down fast, or you're gonna be dying yourself. You know, Slarks, Ursas, Monkey Kings. That's how these heroes work, and it is gonna be a first blood being drawn there. Actually, it's gonna be the creeps that take it. So not that much gold, but still, it is gonna be the kill, and of course a permanent agility stack for the Slark.
Yep, and slowing down a Brood is always so important. Like any minute, any half minute that you can keep that Brood from level 6, like every half minute, it's another creep wave that you get to take on bot without actually having to fear for your life or your tower or enemy rotations coming in. It's all good.
Big thing though, the first rune does go to the Primal Beast. It's gonna be haste, probably the best rune he can get, but we're gonna have an epic fight here between Salad and Hated. Look at the Primal Beast, he's coming. Salad, goodbye, you're dead. Actually, Ken wasn't even needed. Huh? It wasn't needed.
Yeah.
How do you...
Hated has got this.
Yeah, how do you even win a fight against the CM as a Lion? I mean, you pretty much don't have HP, armor, or damage like the CM, but her spells are much, much stronger.
It's a bit like a slap fight, right?
Yeah,
except she's wearing a ring.
It is. It is. What are your thoughts, considering that we do have time? Maybe we don't, though. If Ken now gets gone on by night, he's gonna be completely fine. What are your thoughts on the CM Arcana? Love it? Hate it? Different opinions from different people I've heard?
Yeah, I guess I'm okay with it. Like I'm not a fan of like the random particle flying around. But then again, how do you give a wolf like...
So you don't like it?
I'm not sure. I am impressed by how much it is like Crystal Maiden in spite of being something completely different. I just, you know, if you're that good at making video games, you could have executed a better concept this good. Let's do it like that. I'm hedging my bets.
So you're a cat. I'm
bets.
gonna guess you're a cat person right now, because every single dog person.
No. I'm a dog person.
Huh,
But this moves more like a cat than a dog, if I have anything to say about it.
True. It moves like a fox, though, you know. It's small steps. Anyways, though, there was a kill in the mid lane where we were talking about sets there, but Tsukimoto is going to be going down still. Look at how mad it makes that beautiful snowball save. He's not going to be hitting anyone with the onslaught, but still, now they're going to be surrounded. They're going to go for Knight. Thinking about it, Hated is still keeping that frostbite and is going to go for it right now. We all know how annoying this spell can be, but Tusk, a little bit too tanky to even attempt to go for him. It is going to be a 1-for-1. One support's dead on each side, but Neon, they do bring in a lot of heroes there. Crystal Maiden, this hero can be strong, but it can die very easily as well. Okay, Tusk, you have put yourself in a bad position. He doesn't have a snowball, he doesn't have the shards, he doesn't have his life. He's gonna be trampled down to the ground. Salad makes his presence known once again, gets the stun onto Ken, who will see that it's not worth it chasing on to the line, and the fight will disperse, but Neon are gonna be quite happy with it. That's the early aggression that they needed, and for now it's doing okay.
Yeah, it's really making up for that missed rotation with the hastery. Getting a kill on the enemy mid laner makes up for the death that Ken had earlier as well. And again, we said before that this Primal Beast is going to be the engine behind his team's success. He's going to need to keep going here.
For sure. They noted the Rubik is here. Nice dodge on the shards. That's a lot of damage that you won't be doing. And now Ken going in with the trample. He does have the onslaught. When you use that snowball, you don't have anything else to protect you, but now you're surrounded with your Ken. You don't have the Crystal Maiden. You're all alone with 4 heroes. There's absolutely no chances of you getting out of that one, Ken, so he does get taken down. It is going to be MKS getting the kill. While he's farming the jungle, he just gets offered up a nice bonus there. You're going to be quite happy with it.
Yep, and there's no way that Enryu joins because he's got the wave under towers. No way that the Slark joins because he was having a decent time on bot still. Yeah, that puts the Primal Beast in such an awkward position because the pressure is on him. He too knows that he needs to be making plays all the time, but that was not the moment.
And while we were talking about it, Fortune Soul, he caught the clockwork. In the end, it is going to be the CM that gets the kill. No permanent agility stacks, but Fortune Soul still very, very good in terms of net worth. Oh, Crystal Maiden going for Xiao Yu. Okay, she lets it go. And Xiao Yu is dead. That is a perfect one from Hated. Level 6 Crystal Maiden can be very formidable.
Yeah, and the benefit here is that both of the Radiant supports are, you know, she hit level 6. The Rubik is very close to his 6 as well. The enemy supports have really struggled to hit that level 5. They were both 4 just still. So
not looking good. Skax is not going to be saving you from a hasted Primal Beast. He's still very fast, but Salad in the end, he does live. Nicely done there by the Clockwork and the Tusk. They're very good at controlling this Primal Beast, really not allowing him to get on top of their heroes. But that does change once the Primal Beast has the BKB. Not close to it, though.
No, absolutely not. But this pressure on mid is absolutely huge. Both teams constantly have 3 heroes present in this mid lane. And it's really all about who gets the most out of the 3 hero combination here. And as you said, the CM Rubik, very strong combination as well between all of the nukes from the CM and the displacement from the Rubik. But ultimately, it feels like the Clockwork and the Tusk are just too good defensively. They keep on getting interrupted when Ken goes for anyone. Here now, though, no supports near.
Yeah, MKS is looking very dead. He is looking very dead. And Fortune Soul died on the other side of the map. So this was a mimicked move from both sides. And in the end, it's gonna have the exact same result. Kill the enemy carry and take down their tower.
Yeah, both carries had abandoned that tower already anyway. Like, I don't actually think Enryu needed any help here with the Kata. And I guess the same you could say about Xiao Yu. Although this Rubik is coming in just to be an absolute nuisance, nuking down the wave.
Oh, CM is here too.
Yeah, they're
fighting. Salad is dead, 100% for sure. He doesn't have his finger. He used it on the Slark earlier, and now he's gonna, zapped. Taste of his own medicine, basically. Hated, though, is in some trouble. This is a task. Nice lift immediately. So now Hated, he lets it go, and you have to run, and you're not gonna be able to. You're way too slow. He might be used to the cold, but this is a bit too much, even for the Tusk. And Xiao Yu will get himself away, understanding that that fight, it was over.
Yeah, and as much as the Tusk has been great defensively, offensively here, it seems like he's just one spell short of actually living. Oh, Ken.
Yeah. You could just erase Tusk and put mid laner, and it would be true for the last two engagement that we saw on one on each side. Definitely not ideal there. Magnus is getting a blink, so he's not gonna go for a mech first, and he wants to make plays. Where do you go with this one? Who do you catch? Is it the Lina that's the definite target?
Always. Like, the line is only going to be a damage provider every 2 minutes. You go for that Lina. As soon as you're on top of her, she has absolutely no escape. And ideally, of course, you take her away from the reach of the clockwork as much as possible. Because he is capable of defending her very, very well in this game.
Currently, he is literally defending her, standing there, waiting for a smoke to come. The Blink Dagger was revealed already in the mid lane, and it didn't really do much, though. And LW now is gonna break the smoke. He's gonna be quite happy with this one, because that's a 4-man rotation that he just revealed, and his Lina is on the other part of the map. So nicely done by EHOME overall.
Absolutely.
Not if Zhao Yu dies. Zhao Yu? He's gonna get pushed back. They do have the pulverize. Will smash that spider. That is how you deal with a pest. And he does have the mech getting himself over the cliff. Zhao Yu is still alive. Goes left, goes right. Yeah, he doesn't know where to go. And in the end, it's gonna be the zap that finishes him off.
This is very sad Brood gameplay, though. Still not through the tower. Constantly getting rotated on into her own lane. Going to lose her own lane tower now. And you have no choice as a spider but to keep on going back to this lane and keep on saying, alright, fine, at least I'm drawing reactions, right? But a Brood is a hero that is supposed to scale at some point. He becomes so useless if you don't.
Definitely do. Primal Beast, though, gonna be getting smacked down. What was stolen? The finger was stolen. He forgot that one now. Tsukimoto, he's gonna be able to zap really hard. He uses it immediately because he knows that he can take down Enryu. Threatens with an RP. Oh no, Tsukimoto, he lives through this one. You think you can run away from the CM ulti? Enryu says no. Salad not being able to keep him in place for a long time. Fortune Soul, no pound. Salad is out. But that's 2 nice kills. And Primal Beast, I mean, he was already dead there. Maybe, just maybe they could have left, but they wanted the bonus on Tsukimoto.
Yeah, and now you have a Rubik with Finger of Death in his pocket. That range is scary.
It really is. And he will have a timing to use it again. So you think no other spells are gonna be stolen? No way.
No. He's holding on to this one. He wants to pop that at least once. Like, even if it would be logical to steal something else, he's going to be holding on to this one. I know my Rubik players.
Yeah, that is true. You want to get some of those Finger of Death kill stats as well. It would be quite nice, you know. Exactly. Imagine him having more than Salad at the end.
That's the dream, isn't it?
Very unlikely dream, though.
Well, finally. Oh yeah, but you gotta dream big, man. You gotta dream big. You gotta dream of, you know, going to New York, making it. Woo! Crystal Maiden's going to New York.
Yeah, from that sentence, I'm gonna say that you don't think highly of New York. First, I was thinking, oh, Kips must love it. But then the CM dies and she went to New York. Like, well played, CM. It wasn't the dream thing though there for her. But in the end, though, I mean, when you look at it right now, it is quite even in the game. You know, it's only a 1k gold lead for Neon. Do you think this is good enough? Is this good enough to beat the Lina?
I'm not sure. Like, they're going to lose their mid tower very soon now. This is one of the reasons why you need to hold that safe lane tower on Radiant. It's because you get this side swipe opportunity for the Dire, especially with the Brood Mug. It's constantly going to be pulled mid tower from all these assaults from the side. In, out, in, harassing, pulling you back and...
Oh,
well,
no.
There's
the
pullback.
Yep, immediately we see it, and he's gonna be getting into a freezing field, into a snowball fight, and usually if you see a snowball on EHOME in this game, it's a saving grace, but Tsukimoto is gonna have that one, so he doesn't stay with the Finger of Death. Seems like he's a different kind of Rubik player. LW does have a hook shot to escape, nowhere to escape too though, and Ken does go through the cogs there just to kill secure there from the Slark, so Slark won't be getting the last hit, but he still does get the permanent agility. Neon are doing really well. I'm impressed. They are playing fast enough. That's a reveal of the Aghanims. He does have the ulti, removes all of the stuns. He's still gonna get stunned up even inside of that one. MKS, he runs a few circles around the Slark just to assert the dominance. He knows that Salad has been saved, and that's a reveal of the Aghanims. He does have a Mage Slayer too, so this Slark is not easy to bring down.
Absolutely not. And now his goal is going to be on that Lina. Oh, well, Salad.
Poor guy.
You know, the thing on EHOME that I'm the most is Tusk. He bought himself a Blink Dagger thinking that they were going to play fast, play aggressive. He haven't made use of it. I haven't really seen any good saves or good initiations from him yet, or at least ones that worked out. Now their mid tower is under pressure by 5.
You're not defending
so
this.
Lina does not have a BKB. Yeah.
Lina no BKB, Tusk no BKB. It is hard for EHOME to fight currently, and Neon, they're on a stride. This is the snowball type that we were talking about, and it's working out for them perfectly. We even haven't seen like big RPs or anything. I'm guessing in the later stages of the game, it's just gonna be used to make sure that the Lina is not a problem. And I'm liking the chances of Neon currently.
Yeah. The way that they held off the assault on bot just brought them so much in the EHOME bot attackers, but they didn't actually get any use out of that. And now they're behind, waiting on that Lina.
They are. And Slark is just going around the map murdering everyone during nighttime. He's the top dog of the map, just an insane amount of vision that he has, and no one can match it. Salad, yeah, he's in so much trouble. He's gonna be hiding in the trees, having that ward. It will protect him, but there is a good chance that maybe it gets taken down. No, they're actually just looking towards the Lina, who doesn't have the BKB. Pounced on. Fortune Soul misses that one. The RP not gonna be connected. They're still diving. No, they're gonna stop. The Slark in a lot of trouble now. He's gonna be hacked up and destroyed. He went too deep and got hacked up. This is it. You know, you have to be afraid of the line, and there's gonna be a stolen hex, but overlaps with the frostbite. So Knight is gonna be coming back into that one fairly soon, thinking about going forward, but he's not gonna be going down there. Lina doesn't want to fight. Meanwhile, bottom lane, the Broodmother doing some damage to the tier 2. Actually doing a lot of damage to the tier 2, but he's gonna pay with his life yet again. Pulled into the CM ulti. Zhao Yu taking a ton of damage, and Tsukimoto does what Rubiks do best. Zaps the target to death to take the kill.
Sure, but that will probably cost you your middle tower now. Finally, the Brood's dead, trading for something as opposed to just dying.
Might cost you a Primal Beast as well. Let's see if they can kill him. No, actually pumps the BKB, starts slamming everybody into the ground. Let's go. You wanted me. You wanted this fight. Now you're gonna regret it. Does the Tusk have a blink? Yes, he does. Regen as well, so maybe he can get himself out of this one. He does pop the regen. 20 seconds until the TP. And with the Slark coming, Knight, I think he understands his life is most probably gonna be taken. They missed the pounce. Now he's gonna be using the shards, just getting him closer.
Position.
Yeah, he was in a better one with a Dark Pact. He's not going to be able to blink himself away, and it is going to be Tsukimoto. Again, great Rubik usage there. This time around, it's not going to be the zap. It is going to be the snowball that lands them the kill. Meanwhile, bottom tower will inevitably fall.
So even though that feels like Neon got a bunch of kills there, that's actually 2 towers from EHOME. As a result of their Brood getting caught, I am not mad at how they managed to leverage all of the information they get. You kill our Brood, you show 3 heroes bot, at least one of them TP'd. I'm going to take your mid tower, and then you're going to get occupied with kicking us out of your triangle when the bottom wave is still pushing. Fine by us.
Definitely, and they're going for a smoke towards the bottom lane immediately. Ken doesn't have a BKB this time around if they catch him, especially with the Lina being close. He's definitely dead. The stun from the Lina will connect. They're gonna push him back, and the damage will be overwhelming. Ken does get the onslaught off, pushes the Lina a little bit back. Crystal Maiden comes over, but her sister isn't happy to see her. It's gonna be a big RP, but immediate hex is not gonna be getting the skewer off. And now, with the stun, MKS bombs the BKB, turns around. Let's fight. Fortune Soul, he misses the pounce because of that one, but he's gonna be disarmed and at least protecting his Magnus. MKS, he cannot go in with the damage, and it is gonna be a 9-second BKB for a Primal Beast kill.
Absolutely life-saving hex there by Salad. Again, line is so good versus initiators, man. You try to jump a line up with a lion and you don't jump the lion, you're not actually jumping anyone.
True. That kind of works for the Rubik as well, who has stolen Dragon Slave. It kind of remembers me of TI10 finals, you know, the game that Spirit lost. I think it was the 3rd or the 4th one, where Collapse played against the Rubik. Every single time he got lifted up when he jumped in. I feel like it's how NU feels now. Every time I jump in, I'm gonna be hexed up.
Mhm. Interesting, by the way, that MKS has actually chosen to max out the Light Strike array still, but left the
Look at
Dragon
these
Slave.
spiders. Look at the spiders bottom lane. Okay, they
Sorry, which spiders?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, the viewers saw. The viewers saw. I know they're not there any
Mm.
longer, but I showed them to them. Those got really stuck there. That's it. When your mother leaves you all alone, that is how you end up. And Zhao Yu is not gonna be a very good parent. Though you can always make more, so that's fine.
Yeah. Expendable.
We just called kids
See,
expendable. Yeah. Anyways, Clockwork, he does go up with the jetpack, but even up in the air, the Magnus will be able to catch him, and you will land that kill. Very nicely done there, Neon. Trying to go for the aggression. Lion jumps in. The Slark was ready for this one. Fortune Soul pops his ulti. He still has one more. Knight is going to be going for a snowball. The Lion did buy back. But Alina thinking about going in. Here comes from the side. Zhao Yu is here. He's going to be getting the disarm onto the Slark, so he cannot attack even inside of his Shadow Realm. But let's see now. Goes for MKS. MKS still has the BKB. That RP is ready if they want to go for the Lina. Going for the Slark. He's going to be ulted by the Lion. Doesn't get the Dark back off. There is immediately going to be an RP, but they will finish off the Slark here. But it is costing them 2 buybacks still. It seems like the cleanup will be there, which means probably the Roche as well. They get a Hex onto the Rubik, and that should be a bonus kill. A 4th one that dies for Neon Esports. 3 buybacks actually for EHOME, but they do clean up in the end.
Yeah, and I wonder if that Rubik pickoff is worth it in the end. Or sorry, not the Rubik, the Clockwork, excuse me. Like, you're taking him off the high ground, but he was clearly the one popping the smoke. So you give all the information about where you are to the team with the Lina, and you're still fighting out of the river uphill there. It was always going to be a pretty hard fight for Neon now, even though I must say they had really good words for it.
They definitely did. But now, Roche for EHOME. That is a big one. Lina has an Aegis, meaning even the RP on MKS might not win you the fight. But 3 buybacks, I mean, next fight, if those heroes die, they're not coming back.
They are not. And now it's on MKS to deal enough damage to make himself absolutely vulnerable, because if they harm and if they can go on his backline, he loses the fight anyway. We've all seen the carry being left over last just because they don't deal enough damage. You just sort of walk around and be like, we're killing your backline, and then we kill you twice at the end. No problemo. But the crits coming in fast.
Definitely this Lina is gonna hurt, not even going for a Silver Edge. He wants the full Daedalus. Sees that he's pretty much untouched, so might not need the positioning item. Fortune Soul is going for a BKB on the Slark. I have to say, in the previous fight, I did see a couple of times where he could have used the Dark Pact and didn't. But it's so hard against some instant disables, which EHOME definitely do have. 5k gold lead for EHOME. Do you think Neon have a shot in this one? Can they turn it around? Big RP, stuff like that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Much like the Enigma effect, right? As long as you have a big turning team fight ult, EHOME really just have to make some positioning mistakes, and especially with the buybacks that we just talked about, they need to play a very delicate game.
There's the big RP onto 2 though, and Crystal Maiden does get her ulti off. Knight is still alive, not for long though, without the Lina. I don't know why they went for a fight. It was their Brood that forced out the BKB on Ken, but that's about the only thing that EHOME got from that fight. And now they got the Lina as well, does have a BKB. They get the disarm onto the Slark, he's not gonna be able to do much, and they just crush him. MKS is coming over to murder you all. The Force Staff is gonna be there, not a very good one though. Crystal Maiden though, she does get herself to the side, freezes the mama, but she does have her babies who are hungry, ready to feed. In the end, it's gonna be MKS that roasts this Crystal Maiden before the meal does happen. So EHOME, they get 3 kills as soon as MKS joins the fray.
Oh my god, and I thought she was throwing there, and Neon thought she was throwing as well. It's like, what does, we just killed 2 heroes without buyback, why are you going in? And then Slark just doesn't quite understand the predicament that he's in. Because at this point, your Mage Slayer is not doing that much for you. Like, sure, you juice her magic damage, that's cool. She's just clicking you, bruh.
Yeah, literally just clicking you. And It's just I think Slark players are not used to a lion. That's just it. He's making mistakes. He's getting hexed up and he's dying. That's what's happening to Fortune Soul. Even though he's a known Slark player, he does have the empower to buff him, which is very nice for a Slark. It's still not enough. You can have all the items in the world. If you get hexed up, you're still gonna die.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
So what now,
There
Kips?
goes another tower. What now? Wait for next RP, please.
Okay. So Endu, he is the one. No pressure, Endu. Everyone is looking at you. Everything is fine. He's not going for a BKB though. I would have preferred the BKB on the Magnus over the Force Staff.
You know, the thing is that versus the Clockwork, somebody should have, like, I'm saying somebody should have bought a Force Staff, or they have bought Force Staffs, but I don't think either of them was prioritized enough. Like, I've worked with Cuckoo, right? Cuckoo bought the Force Staff on fucking Puck. He bought the Force Staff on Quap, just so that a Clockwork would not have the game. You can have Force Staff reports as a, you know, here.
When you say Cuckoo, you mean Bosco.
Should prioritize. He's one of them super hard, especially versus a Tusk as well. This is a godlike Force Staff game.
That is true. It really is. So they are gonna have 3 Force Staffs, I guess. I mean, Primal Beast getting a Force Staff is bizarre, though. Then again, so is a Puck that you mentioned, but still, it might be good.
Force Staff. New build.
Clockwork. Cosplaying Iron Man there. Does get some vision to the enemy base, but Neon, they're not leaving. They don't want to fight without their CM. What does the CM want to buy? Ether Lens does have a Force Staff. I guess Shard might be somewhere there on the menu. Could be a good item. Slark has a BKB. Does this change things? It could actually, right?
I sure hope it should. Like, he needs to press it, much like he's been needing to press the Dark Pact. But this is all about whether or not he can adapt in the game, because as you said, it's clear that he's not quite used to having that instant disable come out from the line. If he's ready for it now, if he's willing to just, you know, lose a second off his BKB in order to press it early, then it can be a game changer. But if he still feels like he's a Slark and he should be able to weasel his way out somewhere in the middle, then no. We saw him get 100 to 0'd.
Yeah, very easily, too many times. Like, all 4 of the times that he died, I think it was from 100 to 0. It wasn't like, okay, I'm going in to save my buddies, and okay, now this time around,
you can lie.
where is your BKB? No, he gets his ulti off and the depth shroud immediately. Okay, those are panic shots. They're coming out from Fortress, so the RP into the backline, but there's no damage currently. This is gonna be the Primal Beast getting on top of the Lina, who does have a BKB, but won't be able to use it just yet. MKS, there's the BKB. It doesn't have a Satanic, has to stand its ground. Won't be doing much with that one. They do bring down the Lina. Now the chase is on. The BKB on the start, definitely paying off. He's gonna be disarmed right now, but he has 29 stacks on himself. If you want to fight this guy, it's not gonna be ending well for you, and they do bring down the Brood as well, and you will be the one to strike the killing blow. Well, when the Lina dies, well, EHOME, they just don't feel as scary.
I mean, I think they got really lucky there. Fortunate Soul was hunting for somebody, but the fact that he walks into the lion while the entire enemy team doesn't know he's there yet, that is the luckiest he could have possibly gotten. It means that the entirety of EHOME had to collapse, protect their lion, and as a result, you get a fantastic RP off on the Lina, which is, again, you're not supposed to be getting the Lina and the Lion in the same area for that RP to go off like that. But this was the fight that Neon needs to get at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. And also,
No.
he finds the Titan Sliver. I'm a big fan of the hit silence on the Slark, but in this game in particular, having the status resistance, especially against this halberd that you cannot purge off, is gonna be very big for the Slark. So what's his next item? Okay, it's gonna be a Scotty. I was thinking maybe he finishes off the Bloodthorn. I know that you don't necessarily fancy that build, but he is gonna be going for a Scotty.
No, this Scotty looks pretty good this game. I mean, he would like some extra stats at this point, right? And good in the man fight versus the Brood. It's good if the Lina ever decides to go for a Satanic, which in fact she is in process.
Yep.
So nothing but praise for the Scotty build here.
Last fight, MKS had a paladin sword in the backpack and was using the elven tunic. Do you think if he had a paladin sword, maybe he turns the fight around? Do you have enough lifesteal with just this one?
16% lifesteal, surrounded by like 3 heroes are all laying into you, and the Slark had so many stacks, dude. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's probably the case. Satanic though it might help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is getting towards it. It's only a 6-second BKB on the Lina. Slark is at 8 seconds. So, and now he has a gem. The gem was bought for him, so that is big now. When it comes to vision, nighttime is coming in 2 minutes. It's gonna be a lot easier for Neon.
They're watching this entire thing go down. Look at that.
Nice cure, but Clockwork does save himself, jumping into the cogs there. You might have trapped yourself, Knight. He's gonna be fine. Uses the shards there. Thought someone was in the depth shroud, but no, that was just a smoke screen for the side of Neon to get themselves out of it. So they're gonna disperse, but look at this EHOME. They're not done.
Immediately, and they can drive a wedge between the two sides of Neon right now. They're going straight down the middle. Fortune 7, now he turned around.
Ooh, he'll get himself to the high ground.
And he's also out.
Okay.
No? Oh, I am so wrong.
You are, but it looked like he was gonna be getting himself out, but they found him. Very nicely done there by LW and Salad. I mean, them two have been doing quite a good job in this game. LW has died a ton of times, but every single time I feel like there was a reason for his death, and the catches have been on point. So supports, I'd say all around in this game have been doing a good job.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, no, LW is like, it's all been in the line of duty, man.
That is true.
Yeah. He gets a medal and a nice flag on his coffin.
Fortune Soul. He does get himself away. Does need to use the ulti for that one, so no Shadow Dance for 40 seconds. Tsukimoto did steal a Rocket Flare, so considering that the Roche is up, this is probably the best spell that you can have.
And you could really see, because they tried to go for Enryu there, and you could really see all of the traps coming into play there. There's absolutely no way that EHOME gets to kill any of them. And the same goes for like that fight in the choke point that they had in the jungle. Hold that thought.
LW takes up flight, but you know, taking off and coming down are the most dangerous parts of the flight. So during his takeoff, there is going to be a problem, and they do get a kill.
Simultaneous ward plants.
But Hated gets destroyed. Immediate buybacks coming through. They know second Roche, very important. The buybacks are going to be a big deal here for sure. Fortune Soul does use his ulti to get himself out. Doesn't want to use the BKB. Magnus has been caught. He does only have the skewer to get himself out. MKS. Yeah, but he doesn't care. Just turns around. Let's fight. They're going to stop that TP. What was with the damage? He was in the air with 70% damage health and he just died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That... Desolator on the Tusk, and I feel like we haven't talked much about the Tusk because he hasn't really had any opportunities to shine yet. But now with the BKB and the Desolator, anybody that he actually ends up on top of, if the Lina can hit into him, is toast, as the Primal Beast just demonstrated.
Yeah, I guess the Primal Beast is the target that you want, because he's the tanky one. You know, the other ones, the Lina just kills in a couple of hits if you get a stun. But if you get on top of the Primal Beast with the Deso and the tag team, this tanky hero is just gone.
I would always still prioritize the supports here. Like, the Primal is pretty ignorable at this point, especially because your BKB still have a decent duration on them, on EHOME. Just let him pop his tantrums, you know? Cry like a baby. Yeah, sorry, we're not interested in you. You don't do anything.
Yeah, that's true. Lina is going for a Skadi, so that's gonna be her last item. Does have the bots too, so Lina can be anywhere on the map, considering that you have a Broodmother on your side. Of course, the Broodlings can die, but still, 2 seconds TP, you might not even get that she's coming, and you might already be dead.
You remember the good old days of Tinker Beastmaster? Good times.
Awesome times, awesome times. I'm just hoping once the next patch comes out that everyone is thinking is gonna come out during the Division 2, which I'm not sure that it is. Once it does, I'm hoping that the Beastmaster Tinker returns, the Bounty Hunter Tinker, and of course the Night Stalker Tinker. I would love those.
Absolutely, just Tinker all the way. This,
Radiant's bottom
I had Ponlo convince me that Tinker was going to be the hero of TI. And we did a podcast with a bunch of people. It was like, that's going to be like the secret hero. And it was picked once, fell flat on its face, and then never heard from again.
Yeah, when he revealed that tactic and then everybody else just practiced
Oh.
against it. Yeah, that's the thing. But
See,
it was overused in pubs before TI, so I don't know why. I usually when a hero is overused in pubs, I just see it fall flat. That's just how it goes. You know, it can happen to teams. You know, even Team Spirit in TI 11, they said all of our heroes when we came into TI were shit, right? And we didn't know what the hell
yeah,
it
they
was.
need to learn. Yeah, like right now, I was really surprised to see that LC is winning a ton in pubs. And I'm like, this hero is garbage. What's happening?
Oh, it's not. I mean, there's a lot of things to purge off. Whenever I see a lot of roots be in the
Yeah.
meta, instantly it means that the LC will be doing okay. Oh, we're
Sure,
having
but support style LC is it's not a thing anymore. You gotta scale, man.
That is true. That is true. Salad though is gonna be helping this Lark scale, but giving him one bonus agility. He's gonna be dead for a very long time. They jump into fight either way, but they destroy Tsukimoto. Knight, he really packs a punch and is gonna be going for a TP out. Nothing you can do about that one. Could have went for the RP, didn't want to. Dolina is still on the bottom lane. She can push in. We all know how fast she takes down the towers. Broodmother gonna be caught. The 7 hacks in 4 seconds, but he's gonna be killed before he gets anything off. Even the Guardian Greaves are not gonna be enough to help you, and Dolina does come over and very soon decides it's time to get away. Lina has a flicker, so you thought she was fast before. Well, you're wrong. Now it's even worse.
Yeah, that is absolutely phenomenal. But they will have to do something with this Aegis. Like, they need to bring everybody to the bottom side of the map immediately. And I do think that EHOME is going to be precisely losing their outpost here. So this Aegis might be wasted now.
Yeah, I
And
don't
look at
see
that, she's
much.
seeping forward. They know they need to keep the outpost.
Oh, he stood in front of the clockwork and then it was there was no hook shot. He hook shot right into the Lina. Ulti used from the start. Lina did pop the BKB. Still has the Aegis though. Scotty in the backpack. Ken jumps in. It's not going to be pushing back the Lina. Lina farms the creeps, of course. What else would you be doing as a carry than farming creeps in the middle of a team fight? Stolen snowball. Rubik goes to the side, but he's going to be hexed up immediately. And the rest of his teams have given up on him. He's going to be fingered. He's going to be slapped. And in the end, he's going to be killed by Knight.
Still not ideal though, because the clockwork dies there and he's so important for a defensive game. And Fortunate Soul is just cutting. He's like, yeah, we're wasting this Aegis. Lina's out of status as well. It's gone. It's over.
It really is. It really is gone.
Salad dispensing mana.
Here you go. Here you go. That's a really nice guy. And imagine this guy's spell is called Mana Drain, and the Life Drain from the Pugna gives you much more mana if you're full. This is just slow. Oh, jump in from the Slark. He
Aegis
immediately puts out the Depth Shroud. No Aegis. No BKB. He's in a lot of trouble. Actually, he's just dead. There's no
Why?
saving for this Lina. Why did he go forward? It was like, we have to use this Aegis where you used it. But for the other team, they killed you. Something they wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. They get the disarm onto the Slark. So even during his ulti, he's not going to be able to attack. Finger onto the pile. He's doing a lot of damage. But the RP into the backlines. What was stolen? It is going to be an insatiable hunger. Tsukimoto. He wants to eat as well. He wants to feed. And they will find this poor Tusk onto the high ground there. Tsukimoto though, now he takes the tag team. Not an ideal spell, but in the end, an ideal fight for Neon. They take down 4. There are no buybacks. Kips, this could be a lane of racks.
This could very well be, yeah. And it's all down to the Lina playing for the situation that she wanted to have instead of the situation that she actually had, right? Because you can see the urgency in her place. She's so unhappy that 2 of her heroes got picked off just before the Aegis push. So she's trying to make it work still, getting that outpost, TPing to the mid, trying to get to the racks before that Aegis times out. But it's all just too late already. And that leads to exactly the situation that she wanted to avoid in the first place, which is dying without Aegis.
Slark now has the Bloodthorn as well, so if this clock shows his face, he's just dead. Fortune Soul. Look at this, when you have 35 stacks and an Empower, Slark is actually a really good pusher. Okay, now he's not gonna have as much damage as he had earlier. He had around 500 damage, but you see how fast it gets taken down.
Yeah. And to be fair, I think anybody would make for a really good pusher with 500 extra damage. Like CM would do a decent job.
This is a hero we are talking about that has plus 200 attack speed, so obviously she's a good pusher. But Neon, they were losing for not the entirety of the game, but for the majority of the mid game and the early late game, and now they just win one fight and get 2 Raxes, so it's EHOME on the back foot.
Yeah, and Neon was constantly under pressure. Like, they did a very good job playing defensively there, but it's hard to not feel much agency over the game. And even now, I can feel that it's probably still going to be hard for them to pick their own fight, unless, you know, Fortune Soul ends up on, say, the Lion again, accidentally.
For
Because
sure.
look at EHOME. EHOME still know that they gotta come.
They're coming over. They're smoked up. Lina is the only one that has broken that smoke. They're going to be jumping in with the Lion, but not a good jump at all. Then it's going to be a good jump from the Clockwork, who does get the hookshot onto 2. Lina goes with the Gleipnir, turns around onto the CM. The ulti extra armor is not going to save it. The buybacks immediately come out from the supports. Lina protected by the Lotus Orb, but now he's going to be RP. The Lotus Orb doesn't do anything against that one. Slar goes forward, but Lina is protected. The RP is not going to be doing much. Actually, Ken jumping in. He's going to go with the trample. It doesn't matter that he is disarmed. He is still so heavy, and he'll just going to put his weight onto the Lina. TP out from the Tusk. Is it going to be possible to do so? A few misses, and it is. Zhao Yu gonna be caught. He's not getting out to this one. No Guardian Grease. He does have the Hex, which is immediately gonna get removed. This Lark, he is already the fish he wants to be, and it is gonna be LW that flies away. But him and the Tusk are not the force that EHOME needs to protect their base.
Nope, that base is gonna be gone now. I don't see any reason to make a stop on bot lane. You just go straight for the throne. This game, I guess if you overplay here, the Lina could kill you, but it should be over now.
He does have a buyback. Let's see, Neon. What will you do once the Lina buys back? Line up in 20 seconds. 1k gold deficit still for Neon, but they feel so much in control. Fortune Soul now 33 essential stack. This was with level 25, so this will last. MKS buys back and they say, let's go back. Might not be allowed. Knight is going to be going in. Magnus lifted up into the air and tossed back. Very, very mobile here. The 4 staffs, using them together. We're all in this together, it seems like. And Neon, they pull out perfectly, forcing out the Lina buyback. One more fight is separating them from a win.
And Slark going into the Basher now, because he's got everything else that he could possibly need. Let's just get more lockdown. And the next time they fight, there's going to be an RP again. Oh yeah, refresher on the Primal Beast as well. Good stuff.
That is big. Some big items for Neon. Understandably so. They were losing 17k or 13. It doesn't matter. It was over 10, 12k either way. And then just one move from the Lina walking up the high ground, and you've lost the game. Literally, it's not gone just yet, but you're pretty much there.
Yeah. But I understand, right? Because the Lina is the one that feels the time pressure. She's the one that needs to carry the game, and she's like, I am going to lose this carry versus carry matchup if this game goes too late. And right now, this game is going too late. If we don't do it on this Aegis, we lose anyway. And she's not in the position to actually make that happen.
Salad gets himself out with the 4 staff. They have another one. Cogs are gonna be placed. Not gonna be placed good enough though. That's a Lion without the buyback. That's the one that has been threatening your Slark, and now he can go forward. He is gonna be disarmed. That little shank that he made in his time in prison, it's not gonna be coming useful right now. Gets pulled away, but he will get it back fairly soon. Jumps to the low ground. You still have to be afraid here. Lina is coming over, and they found the Magnus. Andrew, that's a perfect target, and he's dead immediately. Other part of the fight, Slark, he has surrounded them though. Broodmother gets 4 staff out. Zhao Yu gets the disarm onto Slark yet again. They're gonna go for the Lina, smashing her into the ground. Is there anything that can save her? The Lotus Orb definitely can. Fortune Soul is gonna be hitting on himself as well. MKS turns around with the Satanic Slark. He doesn't have his ulti for 4 seconds. He's gone. MKS, he wins the man fight, and Hayden up on the hill there with a 4 staff, but immediately taken down. They see him clearly, and it is gonna be Neon that lose a fight and that lose the 3rd Roach. The game, Kips, it is still not over.
That is absolutely incredible. I thought that the Lina was dead for sure, but the Abyssal Blade getting reflected there? Aye.
Yeah, beautiful Lotus Orb usage there, for sure. Clockwork saving the day there. LW, he has been the guardian angel for the Lina, and MKS, he wants to go for any... Ooh, misses the stun. That would have been so big, actually. That would have been a dieback, and maybe even the game. Lina,
They're coming back for her now.
without the Slark? Okay. MKS pulls back.
Risky. Are they gonna discover the DD?
Yes.
Yes.
Ping. He's gonna start moving over. He's fine. He knows I have a haste, the permanent haste, so I can be there in a second. He's not gonna be given a bottle though. They don't have a bottle.
No, but at this point, you shove the bottom wave into the base and you let your Lina go to town.
Salad is a mana bank. Now he has the shard as well, so he's gonna be giving mana to every one of his teammates. And Clockwork defending the top lane, but Lina with the DD and the rapier. Okay, who wants to fight this girl? Who wants to go in? Let's see who has the guts.
She can be a homecoming queen. I'll just, stay in the back.
Yep, too hot. Just get out. Lina though?
Too hot to handle. This flicker is such a funny item.
Yeah.
I think
You can never control
flicker,
it.
as powerful as it is, is one of the better. I don't even want to say like balanced neutral items. I dislike neutral items with a passion, but that speech is for another time. Because it actually has a drawback, right? Like you're taking a risk by using it, and I really like that way of balancing things. Because if you don't give a drawback to these things, they're just advantages you get for free, and you could get very lucky with them. In this case, flicker, sure. If it works for you, it's one of the most powerful items in the game. If it doesn't, sucks to be you. You decided to use it.
That's true. Still does give that nice movement speed, which is big, and the dispel for me is the big one. Of course, if you are already hit by someone, if you are being hit by someone, you're not gonna move, so then you're just using it for the dispel. And considering that the cooldown is low, I'd say it's fairly strong. Not as strong as it used to be, that you're just being an anti-mage with every single hero.
That was really well.
Oh, Blinking from the line. He doesn't get the Hex off. He's dead. Oh, or is he? Nah, yeah, he definitely does have a buyback, but the outpost on the bottom lane is controlled by Neon, so you cannot be using that one. Fortune Soul, he gives good vision to his team, and that is gonna be good enough. Magnus goes forward. No, Ascetic's cap will not save him, but the Rubik Lift definitely will. Now going in with the Snowball, they're gonna go onto the Primal Beast immediately. Lotus Orb onto the Tusk. It's not gonna be reverting back the Abyssal Blade, but they save him now. Going for the Lina, that is a big one. They might be able to take her down. Okay, only the one time. Now the Slar kick between the legs, out of the way from the Lina. That's a stolen shard, and now a big RP onto the two of them, but a snowball save. Everyone is gonna be snowballed immediately. The Lina is still alive, but no, they're gonna get her up in the air. Beautiful hookshot as well to stop that pulverize, and now the Rubik jumps in. Yes, kill me first. The Slark goes in again. Fortune Soul does have his ulti. He can stand his ground and fight, and he's winning. And now the Clockwork, he traps his Lina, says fine, but she doesn't want to. She wants out of that one. Andy will be saving that one, being a gentleman, but it doesn't matter. In the L, she still goes down. It's a dieback. Knight is gonna be going down as well. Fortune Soul, he is cleaning up house, and probably cleaning up this game, because Lina doesn't have a buyback for 2 minutes. More than enough for this game to end, but it's still a 3 versus 3, and it is a question if you can force things out right now.
I thought for sure that the Lina had that one. I was watching her items throughout all of that. She didn't even use the Satanic yet while everything was going down in the Snowball, in the Cogs. But then eventually the Slark gets on top of her, still has ulti, and she couldn't actually lifesteal enough to survive that because there was nobody else in range for her to hit. Just panic, Satanic, trying to slap anybody near, and it's not enough. And now the Slark found another DD. One for you, one for me. DD Rapier coming the other way. This game is over.
He has 1,100 damage per hit. He hits 3 times per second.
Cool.
He's gonna be disarmed though, so now he has 0. But Glyph, it is not there. Okay, he's gonna be destroyed. This one in a second. Yeah.
All right.
Hookshot, not gonna be helping. Uses
Don't.
the BKB. The game is over. It's just not fair. He's jumping. He's actually playing with them. Like, look, I can even clown around, and I'm still going to win. Neon Esports, they get game number 1.
Yeah, and in impressive fashion, because this is not a case of EHOME wasting time and hanging around too much. they pressured a lot. They invaded that jungle. They were constantly on the aggressive, over on the enemy side of the map, and they had really big initiation power. So the fact that Neon managed to get these few fights that they really needed, like the sneak in onto the Lion, that one in mid, and then the 2 kills before the Lina death, because that's the one that makes it happen, right? She loses 2 of her supports in a crucial moment. So it doesn't matter that she didn't take the Aegis down. She still can't make the play that she needs to make in that moment. And that forces EHOME to play too hurriedly in the end.
Yeah, that is true for sure. But overall, it is in the end gonna be Neon winning. EHOME, they had their chances in this one. It's not like they were looking bad, but in the end, it just wasn't good enough. I still think that last fight, if the Clockwork doesn't put the Lina into the cogs, that we might have seen a different outcome.
Mm-hmm. I do agree as well. But like, how exactly are you going to make sure Cogs is unpredictable at the best of times?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. But in the end, it is what it is. We still got a fun game, so we're gonna be happy with that one. Also, guys, we are gonna be taking a tiny break. It's around 10 minutes. You all know that's how long we take to come back. So we are gonna go on to that short break. But as soon as the players are ready, we're gonna see if EHOME are gonna be taking it back and equalizing the series, or is it gonna be Neon to take it all the way. We'll be right back.